And welcome everyone to another elimination round. On the left side we have Matthew playing on his Ami boxes from UK. And on the right hand we have Adrian from France. We haven't seen Adrian yet on stream, so and his quality is also a little bit bad, but it's fine. I'll try to show everyone all the cards that you need to know. So without further ado, you guys haven't picked who goes first or second, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah.
We'll finish the decks first. Adrian, piles 1, 2, 3. Which order?
2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
So,
Cool.
1, 2, 3.
2, 1, 3.
So I'll go ahead and mute myself, and good luck to you guys.
Yep, thanks.
Right. I completely forgot to
Standing
introduce
or
Nando
rested?
being here.
Hello.
But
I'm here to
Nando's
replace
here too.
Jimbo.
Much appreciated, Nando. Okay,
Thank
so
you, thank you.
what's this matchup? It's Goblin Slayer Priestess versus Revue Starlight, which is kind of a weird build. What have you checked the build out a little bit?
To Revue Starlight build. I've seen the previous game from Matthew. I know he's playing Priestess, but I haven't seen Adrian play before. And his Revue Starlight list looked pretty interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, he reaches 4K with a lot of his level 0 characters, that's for sure. So the level 0 Goblin Slayer Chaser won't be able to get a lot of pluses there.
We'll see how it goes.
He has this +1 soul in the middle, which is going to be pretty good, I guess. Which is going to be like his main game plan, maybe? Because he's also running another +1 soul in the middle on level 1. And he's running 2 copies of the Climax combo that gives 2 characters on reverse salvage. And I finished it off with Kaoruko combo, of course. Which is cancel burn 2 to 2 characters.
So, who started here? Did Adrian start or did Matthew pass? Oh no, he started, okay.
I think he started.
Yeah.
Clock. Draw 2 more.
Right. So,
Play the runner.
what do you think of this matchup?
As long as 5 more hands, got 6 cards.
Which card is that again?
We must both front attack. He's also level 1.
That's a
That
brainstorm
card-
that he front road.
Yeah, it seems like he front through the brainstorm.
So I shall.
But yeah, I think this matchup for Revue Starlight, at least at 0, should be pretty decent.
My right, last time the cameras were inverted.
He doesn't
Yeah, I am in front of you.
Yeah, good. That's
doesn't start off with one of his strongest cards though. So it might be that his hand is kind of weak
Yeah.
at the moment.
all yours.
He didn't have any of his 4Ks, so I guess it's relatively weak. Seems on level 1, Goblin Slayer has an advantage because Revue's characters don't reach very high. And starting level 2, maybe Adrian is gonna have another advantage because of his Kaoruko changer.
Adrian froze for me because he's still
Oh, he's still running on my side, so
okay.
it's yours.
Unplay pay 1. Clock 1.
He uses this is
Yep.
Salvage key. And has another brainstorm. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, right?
I still can't see him do anything, sadly.
Uh-oh. If you want, I can try to stream my view to you, but or you can check out the stream.
Yeah, I'll check the stream for a second.
Yep. This one, I can.
But it's kind of awkward if you
see,
can't
but I can't currently
see it.
Your camera's stalled.
Hashtag technical issues.
Oh no, it seems like Matthew has the same issue as I have.
Really? Oh. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm hoping your
better?
internet will get back in and start showing again. No, I can't see anything.
Wait, I'll hop in.
I don't think it's just mine.
Can you guys see each other or like see the board or
I can't see David's camera. It's stalled.
you can't? Okay.
Oh, not David, sorry, Adrian.
Could you try to exit the call and then reconnect again? Adrian?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ah, yes, I've got visual again. Oh no, it's gone.
Oh, not good.
Just as it starts working, he drops off.
What about now?
There you go. We're good.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I think we're back now, right?
Yeah, can you
Yep,
see
yep,
everything
I've got
again?
visual again.
Yeah, I can see everything again.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So
Two Rikis in front
Two of
row.
those things. You left something on top.
Yes. I checked top and left in top of my deck.
Kind
Yep,
of missed what he
okay.
salvaged with the Riki. And he's
And I played
spamming a wind.
Yeah, boss.
okay,
That's,
seems fair.
That's pretty aggressive.
I was hoping
But
to survive the turn. Yeah,
I
so
guess he
for
needed
again
to
now,
get
right?
rid of the Goblin Slayer, right?
Same. Well, I'm going to move to middle. Carry on.
He's running to the middle. I don't think there's any effects.
For 2.
Yep.
Is there anything for Phage? Yeah.
Cancelled.
I guess it makes sense to run to the middle so that he can place a character on the side at next turn. And that way the 4K
Go on
in
then.
middle, 4K plus the soul in the middle won't be able to kill that.
Right.
Oh wow, cancel for.
Oof.
Cancel.
That's a big cancel.
Like so
Mm.
we go. Your character in the middle also loses because it's the same power.
Yeah.
Draw for 10.
So I honestly wonder why Adrian didn't put something in center last turn. Because he has the
Wait it out, huh?
most. Yeah, since he has the most outs in the center.
Yeah. And I think there's no real reason for that, right?
Oh,
It's
Draw 2.
probably just the best to place it in the middle.
I've got another one. Back he comes.
And there's another chaser.
Brainstorm in the back row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
Oh, I've lost them again.
okay, so Tony's saying one of us is too loud. Can you say something again? Maybe I'll fix your audio a little bit.
who, me? Or?
Yeah, I guess your audio is a little bit too loud.
Right.
Try and
Yeah, we'll see you again. That's fine.
a little bit lower.
And I will
Okay.
attack there.
Maybe
I'll
that's better now.
again.
Okay.
1 damage.
1 second.
Yep.
So I mean, he has the same issue as before, except he's level 1 now, I guess. If he chooses to clock.
Yeah,
Am I able to meet people?
but that's good, right? Because it's not a real issue anymore at this point. Or is it?
No, it shouldn't be.
Oh, he is color locked though, and did he level red? He leveled red, I think. So that means he won't be able to play his yellow the plus soul in middle. Oh no. But he does have this.
Yep.
Yeah, how do you call it? Beater, I guess. 6/5. That also might hand fix. Tries to brainstorm, doesn't hit.
Yep.
So I wonder if he's actually able to kill the Goblin Slayer here. Would be kind of awkward if not.
Sweet. He leveled red, so he can't play this, right?
He leveled red, so he can't play that. This is a level 0.
Oh, that's level 0. Okay, that's not the level 1.
Yeah.
They look very similar.
Yeah, they do look very similar. Oh, no 2 climaxes. That's a yikes.
So I did 1 and salvage 1. I salvage another my hero.
And gets another red 1/0
Sure.
to get rid of Goblin Slayers next turn. Seems like he does not have a climax combo.
Battle 5.
Otherwise, he would have
I'm
salvaged
5.
the 1/0 climax combo.
I'm going to move into the middle.
Okay.
I mean, I assume it's not his
Don't attack
game plan. He swings
for
Yeah,
3 times for 2 here, so which is almost as if he slammed the
Result?
climax.
kind of, yeah.
you are 0-5,
6.
0-6. Okay. Direct for 3.
So I'm not actually sure
Cancelled.
how this deck
Direct.
functions, to be honest.
For 2.
Like, how much do you think
Cancelled.
this deck is actually banking on the clock encore of the 1/0 of the yellow 1/0?
The clock and core to level 1.
Interesting.
I mean, I think in this matchup specifically, he might have to bank on that, since as soon as Matthew hits level 1, he won't be able to get a reverse.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Fine.
Because I
However,
don't.
In,
No.
draw
if
2 more.
this one runs into a backup, that's bad, right? Or do you think he would side attack?
Play a torch event.
Uh huh.
1,
He can side attack since he has
2,
+1 soul, I guess.
3.
He might actually side attack.
That's a set of cards.
It's a good option, I guess. Wait, yeah, there's a brainstorm on board. For a sec, I thought that Goblin Slayer forgot the condition of the torch.
No, he had the brainstorm. He just covered it with his cards. But yeah, like looking at his list from Adrian, it seems like in this matchup specifically he'll bank on the clock encore. But I'm kind of curious if there's something we're missing.
Yeah, same. Like,
It'll be 6, 5.
as far as I can see, this is just a Soul Rush deck.
They are 4-5.
And also only Soul Rush in the middle, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
the
seems
good thing
like
is- yeah.
it seems like as soon as Matthew sets up the
Okay.
1-0 back row and multiple Goblin Slayers,
Brainstorm.
it's kind of
2,
a lost
3,
level 1
4,
for Adrian.
1 search 1.
Yeah. And Matthew going into level 1 on 1-0 is also not the best result for Adrian. So yeah,
Thanks.
I'm not sure about like the level 2 though. Might be scary. Might be able to come back at that point. Although, since
First pile.
the
second
2/1
pile,
is only
third
7k
pile.
base, maybe that's not enough.
1,
It also
Hmm.
runs into Goblin Slayers with
2,
global
3.
background.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of sad for Adrian that
And
level
then
0 didn't go as well as
Play
it could have
Goblin
gone,
Slayer,
from what I
play
saw.
Goblin Slayer.
Yeah,
He runs many outs and
Play
he was
runner.
forced to play a climax there.
yeah. Kind of bad.
So,
Play the.
okay, so this center character actually
Climax
lives, I
Does
think?
this? Yeah, this is a 4k center, so
Fair enough.
he actually pluses in the middle.
Front on attack. Salvage a torch.
Salvages his
Trigger.
torch. So it
2.
means he's already all out.
1, 2.
Or he's banking on that event trigger,
On attack.
so he doesn't want to get it out of his deck.
Torch.
Alright, he can still event
Trigger.
trigger for yeah.
2 and against. 1, 2, 3.
But I think it's kind of
4, 5,
unlikely
6,
that he would bank on that,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
Yeah.
There's not a door trigger.
I will have a backup.
Okay.
Perhaps a backup. So Adrian is
Certainly.
already getting walled here.
1. Cancel.
Oh, cancelled. So
Yep. And then
seems like
slides down
it'll
the
be a
middle
prolonged level 1.
for 2 more.
And I'm not actually sure if that's a good thing for Adrian. But cancelling is
No,
always good.
Just 2.
I mean, Matthew didn't set up. Like, he has double Goblin
Nice,
Slayer,
start
but
hand size, 1, 2,
his
3,
board isn't as strong as it could have
8.
been.
He also has a backup in hand,
So
at
I'm
least, so
gonna drop that level 3.
is
Yeah, that's
All
true.
yours.
Adrian's removal for the Goblin Slayers doesn't reach high enough, I think.
At least as soon as he gets, if he has the clock encore, like the middle lane is uncontested for him.
It's kind of awkward as well to develop the Clock Encore now because his middle extra soul feature survived. But I don't think he really minds.
I think you just put it on the side at that point and crash. Matthew doesn't run the move torch, right?
Doesn't look like it. No, he only runs mill torch.
Okay, so there's nothing punishing Adrian from just crashing his lane here.
Yeah. However, I guess it does help Matthew with getting to his next deck. Didn't quite track how many are out. Kind of tough from this angle.
Play this.
Another one of those. Manages to salvage another one.
Each one salvage one.
I gotta say though that this kind of helps Adrian with consistency, with like setting up like the level 2 and anti-change and
So did actually every one of the 1-0s that he played hit a climax?
No,
I wasn't
first
sure.
of them
One
missed, then
okay.
one hits 2 climaxes, and this one hit 1. That's probably pretty lucky, I guess. Or as far as you can call milling lucky. Milling climaxes.
Yep.
So he's already sculpting for level 3 here.
And he sculpted his level 3 Kaoruko. So I'm guessing that means that he already has the Kaoruko 2-1 in hand. And is prepping for this because you have to spawn this from hand.
Alright. Changes from hand.
I like it.
So he fielded another Riki?
Yeah, and he needs to crash into the Goblin Slayer.
6.
So this was kind of something that was worrying when looking at his level 1 lineup.
Yeah, I mean, technically he could have Riki'd for an out, right? For another one of those 1-0s to at least force 2 backups out.
Not if you only had 1 card there, right?
So I'm 8k.
What do you mean 1 card?
1 card in deck.
On.
Card in deck? Yeah, I guess.
How many climaxes
Yikes.
going back in?
1, 2, 3,
So at least this forces a backup, right? This reaches 6-5.
5, 6, 7, 8.
All 8.
All 8. Okay. Refreshing all 8.
Yes.
That's good.
Is there a backup in your waiting room?
Then asking for the anti-change backup. Not there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of scary. Although the anti-change
How
backup
many cards in
is
clock?
anti-change to stock. So that's also not the strongest
in
type
your
of
clock.
anti-change.
Uh,
But it will definitely stop
It is 5. Okay. Yeah, that's all.
Priestess for a little bit, right?
It's kind of tough not being able to see his clock.
Yeah. Not the best resolution today.
Is the...
1,
What's the second card in his clock?
213.
Oof.
3, 1.
Because it's pretty dark, so that could have been the counter.
Carry on.
Counter.
I'm
huh?
not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Oh, maybe we got a better view on it? No, not leveling.
I mean, he might.
Yeah,
Front attack.
maybe later.
For
That's a win trigger. That's also an out against the priestesses.
I don't win anything. For
Okay. You would know, right?
Yeah, I would know.
Let's have a look. 1. It's not bad. 2.
I wonder about why he didn't crash or why he didn't bounce the Goblin
3.
Slayer.
That's not 4. You're right.
It could have prevented like 1 soul, right?
Do.
An extra direct soul for Matthew. Do you think he's
I'm
that
gonna
confident
have-
in his own compression?
Right, bro.
There's no reason for him to crash here, right? If he bounced the
One.
Goblin Slayer,
2's on.
like
and front.
it would prevent like using the counter here. But he only has 1 card in deck, so
Oh yeah, because it's in the middle. Yep. Okay. Anything you want to check?
Would prevent using the counter? What do you mean?
How many
Uh,
priestesses
like
you have?
depending on how much he swung. He could have
That's something I'd like to know as well.
prevented like a board and torch or something.
2 are going back in.
In
Board
this
and
scenario.
torch.
And the Rize.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, how many's the Rize?
But
One.
on the other hand,
2, 2.
it brings it back to the situation where he might not want to push him to 2 yet.
7 Clenatives. Missing 1 gate, right?
Because if this
Climaxes,
sticks, Matthew is
missing
at 1-6, I think,
Sure.
with refresh damage.
If he takes it, it seems like he would be at at level 2.
Is this for 3?
Duo. Yeah, this is a +1 soul. Wait, is this for 3? That's for 2 then, right? Yeah, fuck. I thought it was a climax, my bad. Oof. So yeah, taking him at 1-2 would have been 1-6 would have been perfect. Although both of his Goblin Slayers are alive. Maybe it's not that great, but
5, 6. 6 stock, 7 stock.
2, 5, 7.
Yeah.
7 cards in hand.
5.
5.
So
Yeah, right, that's fine.
Adrian is basically the representative of France.
Cool.
He topped
First pile.
tournament in
second pile, move her aside.
PCS Mouveau
Third
like
pile.
3 years ago or so.
3, 2, 1. You said it's for 2 damage.
2 damage.
Two's on.
Yeah, okay.
Refresh
He has his
damage.
early play condition, but it doesn't help him.
Okay.
So he's at 1-6.
She was reversed. You go.
Yeah.
Stand.
But he still has
Four.
2 Goblin Slayers on board, so
1, 2, 3,
if
4,
Matthew
5,
manages to
6,
get the
7,
door trigger, then it's still a very strong board that
let me
Adrian needs to get rid of.
No clock.
No clock. Not really necessary in this case.
1, 2.
There's the door
3,
trigger though,
4. Well, that's
if you
Wow,
didn't have
he-
it yet.
He
Alright
milled
then.
2 priestesses though.
That's the yikes.
Search 1.
Does he have ways to salvage them back?
Oh,
You
nice.
can trigger a door.
Search 1. What do I
But
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
think
good. I used the
as far-
promo.
As far as I can remember, he has 1 priestess in hand already, right? I think he took it off of the torch.
Yeah. And there's also the cowgirl that he could find to salvage some of the. Oh wait, it's the clock.
That card
Cool.
is in the wrong place.
Oh wow, yeah, it's the top card of his clock.
Yeah. So just trigger doors, I guess. He also doesn't have a brainstorm. He has a refresh that he could use, but that's a very expensive play.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And
Don't need to worry about doing much.
Wow,
Yeah.
what would you take here then? Like, there's actually nothing that,
You were going to do that, but I don't think you get very
that helps him sculpt the priestesses if he's allowed.
Do you have an early play?
yeah, I wonder. Maybe just a 2-1 assist if it's still in there.
I mean, if you looked at Adrian's deck list, then the assist doesn't really seem necessary.
That's
So-
true. Since Adrian doesn't put any pressure on it. Although he has an early play, right?
Adrian has 1
Early
early.
play.
Oh no, he runs 2, yeah.
Hand. First pile.
10k
second
early
pile,
play.
third pile.
Check top X.
1,
Maybe
Which is
that
still pretty weak though.
1, 3,
Yeah.
2.
Backup might be better than the 2-1 assist in this case.
No surprises. Third Goblin Slave can just go in the middle. I'll put my 500 in front, back row there. When I play an event, I may send her to stock.
And I'm guessing he doesn't have to combo.
Battle phase, because I mean, not much else at this point. Front for 1.
There's a
Gain
torch.
2000 power.
Wow, it's strong.
I mean, that's still the level 0, right?
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
know.
he needed the power.
yellow.
Yeah, but it's so cool to see the brainstorm go off.
Did you notice if the counter was in
2
his?
damage.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. But
1
Which
cancel.
counter?
Yep.
the anti-change counter, if
Oh,
it
yeah,
wasn't
I
a spot
missed
for now.
Cancel.
Well, never mind then. All yours.
Okay.
Oh, that's a,
So,
It was 2 gates.
was a double
No,
cancel, right? Yeah,
double cancel, yeah.
So you can also still early play now. And besides that, yeah, he still has the changer that he could play here. Not sure if changer is correct here, but we're not expecting a priestess turn after this, right?
1, 2.
So
I mean,
Wonder what-
we've seen 2 Priestess in waiting room, 1 in hand. Is the last one in his clock?
I place this again in
I'm
the middle.
guessing the last one is somewhere else. Like, not in his hand at least. So,
Oh no, that's a brainstorm. Okay.
Or you play this.
I mean,
Play 2.
you could make a case for playing the 2-1
Play check 3.
preemptively, since
Take 1.
it actually contests the Goblin Slayer.
yeah. But if it crashes, it's kind of a waste of stock, right?
Yeah, that's true.
2 level 3.
But still, having like the 2-1 Kaoruko before he even gets to play a Priestess on board seems pretty strong.
That's true. It kind of completely denies him from playing future, or like at least from fronting in there. Single Priestess is kind of underwhelming though.
Yeah, he might not have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. But
You play this.
yeah, there's
Oh, he
the
does end
2-1
up playing
changer.
it though.
Play mill 2.
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
He
so
can
he
side
actually,
attack now.
yeah,
So she can fight without soul penalty.
Yep.
he has the option to side.
Oh, no,
I
wait.
assume.
It's if a level 0 or lower character gets revealed.
What were the 2 cards milled? Sorry,
But-
Climax and
He milled the
soul
level 0.
penalties. 2 yellow, 2 red.
no, from the level 2 you just played. What were the top 2?
Ah,
cards?
he milled a
Climax
Brainstorm, I think.
and
And the
Brainstorm.
river 2. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
Brainstorm. Okay, thank you.
Brainstormer, I think. So it doesn't have a side attack penalty anymore.
What was it? 7. Okay.
1,
And when it gets attacked, it can
3.
spawn a Kaoruko
Salvage
and
1.
basically bounce something during the opponent's.
Salvage. Oh, yellow Brainstorm.
Which is actually a really cool effect because like you can force your opponent to discard 1 due to end phase if your hand is over hand size.
Okay, wait, yeah.
I'll take 1-0 Futaba.
There's a 1-0 Futaba. And it does not contest the Goblin Slayer in the middle if he manages to unless he manages to play a Climax as well.
No, he can't contest the one in the middle at all, right? It's still the level 0, right?
Yeah, but he just grabbed the Clock on Core one.
Ah, you want? Why did he? Did the level 0 survive from last year? No, right? He just played it for the top check tree.
Level 0?
Yeah.
That doesn't have a top check 3 though, right? Or,
No, the
like
early
that.
player
Yeah,
has.
yeah, I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Climax.
So you just opted to side, I guess, for 2 then?
There's a wind.
Front. For 4.
4.
Runs for
Okay.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4 sticks.
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
And it's 6.
7. I'd like a blue
guess-
card. Yeah, go on then.
Matthew won't be needing his early play condition
Right,
anymore.
I've got blue there. I'll put yellow in. Do that.
I mean, that doesn't solve the issue of not having
Put in
priestesses.
yellow
Though.
card.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
This honestly
blue
looks
card
really
over.
good for Adrian.
Yeah,
Oh, I get reversed. Yep.
he's so ahead at the moment. And the 2-1 can still side attack with that penalty if he wants.
8.
That was a frontal that he just declared, right?
Yeah,
So
I salvage.
he could tie with a
One
backup.
backup.
I think.
yeah. Not so sure about this one,
3 to Kaoruko.
but
Yep.
maybe Adrian has more information than we.
2 damage.
Okay.
2 cancels. I get reversed.
And
Side attack maybe? Frontal
side attack.
sides
Side
for
attack.
2.
Okay.
For 2.
Aside for 2. 1, 2's on.
And
I'm thinking
So he's
he might
fine.
have fronted
These
just
two
to
go.
push as much damage as possible at this point.
yeah,
Stand,
maybe that
draw.
makes sense. The scariest part
1, 2,
about
3, 4,
Priestess is
5.
just Priestess being stuck at like
Clock. Draw.
level 2
2.
forever, right?
Yeah, and I mean,
Early play condition. Play a priestess on
At
play
level
Single-
3.
you drop 1.
the single priestess here doesn't do much unless he somehow managed to get a second copy.
Climax.
Yeah. There's a
condition's still
four
there. Play
climax.
another priestess.
Ah,
Okay, so
we
he
did have
did
two
that.
priestesses. Yeah.
Draw. Yeah, I'll take.
So that's still kind of fine, right?
Yeah, he still threatens
No,
the
thank you. Goblin,
Kaoruko
thanks.
bounce.
He threatens the Kaoruko bounce, he threatens the interchange counter,
Let me see.
depending on
no.
if it was an X clock or not.
Now I'm wondering why Matthew didn't
How many climaxes?
decide to back it up though.
I have
Yeah, double.
climaxes in waiting room.
Does he not know what the 2-1 does?
6 climaxes. How many of them are wins?
Did he search a backup?
I think at some point he had a backup,
3.
and he never used it.
He used one at level 1.
Okay.
But yeah,
How many cards in deck?
if he
9.
could have crashed,
Is there a backup in your waiting room?
it would have been a good play, yeah. Checking for the backup.
Cool. Thanks for confirming.
Not sure if the interchange backup is the scariest thing here. Not being able to push soul damage is the more scary thing, right?
I mean, it's not just the anti-change at this point, since he has like a double attack on the priestesses with the 2-1 and the anti-change.
Yeah.
But at least Matthew can just opt to side with one of the priestesses into the 2-1.
Yeah, so what do you think about this positioning?
What if I did that?
That would be a side attack for 0 if he side attacks with the Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, that's kind of questionable.
I'm just putting everything into 1. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Seems like Adrian is in a pretty dominant position here. The good thing is that he can at least check his sub 2 for potential triggers. So maybe he can just still side attack for like 2 if he places the priestess in front of it.
Yeah, but checking at the start of climax phase
Okay.
might be a bit too late here, right?
Spread the ratios out.
Depending on the positioning.
Yeah,
Okay,
depending
this
on the
is
position, yeah.
this
makes
seems
sense.
better.
Yeah. Does he does get over the early play, and maybe Adrian gets a good play with the interchange counter on the early play, then killing the other one.
Right.
But
Start climax phase.
kind of doubt it.
Use the alarm effect. Look at top 2, put back in the same order.
It's so weird to see that happening from that side of the field.
Fine. Play the climax.
There's the climax.
Side
There's a
attack
side attack already.
for 1. Effect procs.
Only hitting for 1. Okay.
1 cancel.
Wow.
Cancels. Yikes.
And that's the 4th wind.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah.
okay, that's fine.
Okay, so Matthew did play around the Kaoruko at least.
Side for nothing.
Sides there as well.
Enter the effect procs.
Kind of afraid for
the middle for
the interchange
Oh, he
counter.
sides the middle too.
Yeah. He really doesn't want his priestesses to get interchanged.
Cool, go for it.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much siding into the 0 since he had the 1-0 prepped anyway. So he would have been swinging for extra soul and center. Either way.
That's true.
And if you're siding into 2, like the 1 extra card doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah. I think
No clock.
Adrian definitely doesn't want a clock here. And even if the level 0 got killed, maybe it's even better for Adrian to just overplay the
Oh.
There's another 2-1. That'll be a triple side soon. And yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
Yep, so nothing happened.
even with the no side penalty, it would side for 0.
Who really cares, honestly? Like, it's not like you were going to push soul damage this turn anyway, right? We do see Adrian slowly getting to his 9 stock threshold for triple Kaoruko.
No. Triple Kaoruko is 9 stock, discard 3.
Yeah, and Karuko will always be not be penalized by the priestesses since she has on play bounce.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be really scary for Matthew.
Side attack.
That's a side attack for 0,
For
30.
0.
Yep.
And he does get a frontal attack in on the Goblin Slayer there.
Side attack.
Oh, he
For 0.
might even still
Refresh.
swing for 1.
What do you want to do?
Swinging for 1 would
How many
be
climaxes?
7.
Yeah, that
pretty insane here.
1 red.
that's probably a frontal for 1 red.
I've seen 1 red.
Or
If he triggers.
Yeah.
Okay. How many of
No,
the?
that's an early play in the middle.
I don't know what her name is.
Yeah, but he
There's
does.
minus 2 soul, right?
Yeah, he didn't play a
Car-
climax, right?
Karuko?
Oh, right. He doesn't have climax.
Level 3.
I'm always assuming there's a
yellow
climax
level
in play
three
then.
fastest combo. How many of them are there?
1.
But Adrian also doesn't have his wind yet, so maybe he won't be able to fix it. Maybe he'll just trigger wind now.
1.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay then. Did you catch how many climaxes we're shuffling in?
No, I have them pretty low volume.
Yeah, same. Anyway. So Matthew is likely hitting 3-0 soon. Be it on this attack or from refresh damage.
Yeah.
2, 3, 1.
Are there
So at
many
least he doesn't
options
have
that open
to.
up?
3.
I mean, he doesn't have to worry about the interchange anymore.
Okay. Refresh.
But he still can't front into the
Yeah,
Kaurukos.
it doesn't really help, right?
Front.
Fronting for 0.
For 0.
Okay.
0.
There's 0.
Yeah.
That's fine. And I get reversed.
All right. He also doesn't need triple.
So
He doesn't need 9
stand,
stock if
Stand, draw for 10.
Matthew decides to attack into the Karuko.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
At that point, he
8
only needs
cards
8
in
stock.
hand.
So that even he incentivizes the frontal into the 2-1 Karuko even more.
Right, greedy.
Yeah.
This seems really tough. How much hand does Adrian have?
Yeah, because I don't care how much he's got.
Looks like 4 or 5 or so. Not even that much, actually.
Anyway, then you can
He didn't brainstorm.
thing.
He wanted to collect stock, I guess.
Do I care if you can do your thing? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's only pay 1 stock actually, so I do.
Do I care if you can do your thing, he says. I think doing his thing is pretty strong here.
Regardless.
I think he just loses if he does this thing.
Yeah, right?
But
That's-
I don't really
How
see
many
how
times? Just 9-5.
Matthew comes back from this, though.
7, 7, 10.
The only way I can think of is like
10 down the middle.
bringing him straight from
Oh, so it is. Okay.
2-5 to game. But
Actually,
Goblin Slayer can't really do that. To do.
That's greedy. All right.
Also noticeable is Matt doesn't run the
No problem.
resurrection event.
Play another one of her.
So in
Play an
case
event.
Oh,
Red
Also
issues.
need to stop. Let's do the event.
Oh,
first.
double stop.
FX first. Oh look, climax.
Wow.
Never mind. So that goes back into the refresh. These two will go into stock. Is there anything you want to check before I refresh?
I heard Matthew say
I climax, no, 7.
that he's gonna do a greedy play like 2 or 3 times, so I'm wondering what he has in mind.
Missing
Yeah.
red, I guess.
I mean,
No,
maybe
there's no
double
one you
stocking
have
was a
to
greedy play, since
Oh, yeah.
his hand size is that great.
How many?
And like another -1 in the form of whiffing
Just
torch.
2 Goblin Slayer in waiting room.
There are 2 in waiting room.
Okay.
But if did he know that he had a climax
And,
there?
Musashi,
Yeah.
Was there a reason to whiff over
okay.
like brainstorming?
It's fine.
Cool.
1 card extra compression. It doesn't sound worth it. I guess the 1 card extra compression is also a lie because brainstorm would search 1 out.
Yeah.
shuffle.
So maybe the brainstorm is just strictly better here.
So
Or he
I'm
needed
wondering,
the 10 months of stock.
yeah, you might need the stock, but
But for what?
I'm not
Musashi?
exactly sure.
Stock.
He only has a single Goblin Slayer burner.
Ah,
Three, proc,
And Musashi can bounce. Musashi bounce could be pretty good here.
Stock, isn't it?
Musashi bounce is pretty interesting, yeah.
And
Does he
drop
have yellow and
one of the
clock
named character cards
level?
in hand?
I think he has yellow and level, right?
6.
Yellow and red?
6.
I can't really tell.
Yeah, same.
But
She's getting played.
so let's say he does the Musashi bounce and bounces a 2-1. Still doesn't really stop Adrian. It just
And you get to
buys him
play something,
sometime.
Not interested.
Yeah. I mean, what to do in this situation? What about double Musashi bounce?
Right.
2-4.
First pile, second pile, third pile.
So does he actually have the stock for that?
1,
Maybe if he has
2,
another priestess.
3. Refresh damage. Grim. All right.
Oh no. There's
I'll
another
do
climax.
I'll take my only option.
Ah, and levels blue now. Okay, so he's all colors now. So now what?
Oh,
Musashi bounce, play a Goblin Slayer burner, try to finish somehow.
I don't think he can finish.
Yeah.
makes it off.
But if he doesn't finish, he loses basically, right? If Adrian draws a win.
I mean, at this point he might not even need the win to be. You can. Matthew doesn't really have reach other than the Goblin Slayer trial deck card.
Yeah.
Pay 2 for Musashi.
And
There's the bounce.
oh,
Let's pay another 2. Bounce the yellow girl on your left to your hand.
Yellow girl on the left,
Yep.
going back to hand.
Okay.
So he only needs to side attack once here now.
Swap you there, swap you there.
So I guess there could be some kind of Priestess Climax play.
Macro gives
Is it-
2k to level 3s in front.
Ah, that's a 2-1
Is there a
assist.
target to bonds to? Oh, there is. Hello. Yeah, I'll drop that guy.
And salvages the Goblin Slayer level 3.
Bonds to the TD level 3.
Do
okay.
you think he would play it here? Big doubt.
It seems pretty greedy, but he did mention he was gonna.
Cards in the wrong places. Let's do that instead.
Yeah, he did
He was
mention a
gonna
greedy
make a
play,
greedy
right?
play.
Against that empty lane, thanks.
So maybe. Musashi in the open lane, of course. And yeah. Climax? Question mark? Yes,
Okay.
climax.
Play climax.
Okay.
But
So this
Attacking
banks
Musashi
on
first. We're currently
him not drawing the
4,
wind, right?
5,
Or or just hitting for 5.
I mean, at this
Why
point,
not?
Adrian doesn't even need to win. He can just hard play the Kaoruko to deny
4,
Priestess.
5, cancel.
Oh,
Yeah,
on the 5.
but
Milk
but
top. It's a
it
level
wouldn't
1,
kill,
2 damage,
right?
Please.
1,
no, that's true.
level.
I really like how he says please when asking for burns.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Very polite.
Thought you were close to that. All right.
Yeah. So that'll be a side attack into the 2-1, I guess. Or does it still matter at this point?
Doesn't.
Yeah, it does matter.
It kind of matters. No, never mind. Attacking them around the middle.
It matters for this triple Kaoruko, right?
12, real top.
He only
It is
has
a
eight.
character. 13-5 for 3 damage.
It matters for the amount of
But it's
finishers Adrian can play.
3.
Oh, but
However, lethal.
yeah, there's lethal here.
Triggered for lethal.
Yeah.
That's
you
very
gotta
greedy,
do it
though.
Anyway, so might as well.
So, what does Kaoruko do on play? She bounces and does
Front on
2k
the
power.
side. So front 4, real top. Ooh,
Oh, he
that's good.
There's a
fronted.
climax, so he whiffed the
3
priestess.
damage into salvage.
But
Something.
he is frontaling for 3, so if this 3 sticks, Adrian is forced to hard draw into the climax with his draw phase, or with a check top 5 or check top X.
Yeah, I should have done that actually. Oh, never mind.
So this might work out
Anyway.
somehow.
In which case it doesn't
I mean, I think the frontal was correct. I don't
Yeah, I think
think,
so too.
it matters that much.
really matter either way.
I think the fact that Adrian might not be able to clock is more important than the Kawaruko stock threshold that he
So that's game
would be going for.
Yeah, like the bounce doesn't matter at all at this point since he whiffed 1.
Yeah.
3 damage.
This sticking would be okay.
Yeah, never mind then.
That's not good.
Yeah, this seems pretty grim, as Matthew says.
Phase,
Yeah,
you fronted attacker, I pay
there's a
1,
change.
sack her,
Bounce a Kawaruko,
play Kawaruko.
bounces a Priestess probably.
I bounce you middle slot.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's no minus souls now. What do you think about not bouncing there to keep the soul count low?
Draw.
I mean, does it matter with the Karuko effect?
Probably not. You probably want your hits to get cancelled anyway, right?
I think you just want to swing big.
Also, at 8 stock, I think he can go for double Karuko and Futaba with
Play 2. Draw 2
with the
D1.
burn 1 on attack. So that's also a good stock threshold for. There's Futaba, I think.
Yeah, he played the Futaba, did the draw 2 ditch 1.
Yeah.
Digging for the
So-
climax, I guess.
That digs for the climax. And if he finds it, that's basically game, I think.
Play another.
Some
Ooh.
there's a Karuko.
I bounce.
Yeah, this is
So-
pretty telling of his hand, right?
Yeah, that basically means that he has to
Yep.
win. Bounce another Priestess. So what does he need? He needs, if you have a Karuko in the middle position of your stage. Okay, he does it. Unlucky.
He has everything.
Yeah. Sadly, he couldn't
So-
do the triple Karuko though, since that finisher is almost guaranteed to kill here. But this is still really good.
I mean, just the Futaba alone here has like
Climax.
4, 5
Yeah,
instances
good
of damage.
Pay 1.
3 burn 1 and then up to 2 cancel burns.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
pay 1.
the,
Each 1.
that's a big yikes.
So
Oh.
both these have 1 effect and this one have 2.
Okay.
Yep.
So Futaba has how many instances of damage? 6?
How many climaxes do you have in waiting room?
There should be 2 in waiting room.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
no,
five,
just
yeah,
4,
5.
right?
1 in
4.
waiting room.
4, yeah.
Direct burn and 2 cancel burns.
2 cancel burns. So this is pretty scary.
And then the other 2 only have 1 instance.
What if he
Wait.
actually doesn't have Futabas and Karukos in his hand for the discard cost? Wait, he already
Oh,
discarded.
yeah, you already paid for it.
That can also not be the case anymore. Yeah. Pray for Matthew.
Front.
He should have prayed last turn.
or-
Oh.
Ooh, another bounce trigger.
And
At least he could bounce the 2-1.
I'll win you 2-1 assist.
Yep. 1, 2, 3,
Ah,
4's on.
that's very yikes.
Playing around the burn 2.
I mean, he has to play around the cancel burns like in every lane, multiple times.
3, 4.
3, 4. Okay.
Wouldn't recommend playing around cancel burns here, man.
Direct. Pay 1.
Day 1, discard 1, burn 1.
Each 1.
And yeah, I think we're heading on to the to game 2.
Yeah, sadly this seems pretty over.
Yep.
There's a 1.
For 5. And I don't win anything.
Sure. 1, 2, cancelled.
And
Cancel
round two
burns
twice.
twice. And there's
That's
game
game.
1.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's grim.
what's going? That's grim. Yeah.
I can't believe I
What's going to happen in game 2?
Never mind.
Do you think Matthew can somehow establish a lead that would not lead to this end?
Not happy with that.
I'm honestly not sure since it actually looked really good at the start for Matthew.
Yeah, right. Looked like it was
Adrian couldn't
casting.
contest as good as he should have.
However, Matthew missing level 2 was a big thing, right? Like being stuck at 1/6.
Yeah, like you said something about him walling at level 1 could also work out. And I guess it did seem fine, but then he never got to sculpt. Actually, no, he just missed the window for his priestesses to be effective, right?
Yeah, basically. He already got pushed at 2.5 or 2.6. So he just needs to get his priestesses off earlier, I guess. But yeah, if Adrian manages to field those 2-1s, that's still kind of scary for him.
So
Stop shuffling.
yeah, I thought the screen froze for a second. But...
Yeah.
Okay, so Adrian runs 2 copies of the 2-1. And he actually had both on stage, which is pretty... Yeah, that was actually perfect for Adrian. Managed to get both copies of him, and he had Karokos to actually threaten the bounce. So.
Yeah, I mean, even if he didn't, it would still be too big of a threat for Matthew, right?
Unless, yeah, even if he didn't.
Unless Matthew knew like exactly what was in Adrian's grave.
I mean, that's kind of even.
It's an option here in open decklist format.
Yeah, but it's still a Discord game, so it's pretty tough to tell unless you like keep asking.
Especially with this cam.
Sadly.
Yeah.
First pile, second pile.
I mean, it's still okay. Just yeah, it doesn't really help with checking his wagering.
3, 1, 2. Right, we need to do another going first, going second.
So who's going first?
So if Adrian opens up with the Futaba in the center here, is there anything Matthew can do?
I don't like shuffling 2 cards.
Because I don't think he runs the booster that the other ones do.
Doesn't look like it, huh?
I do. Standing or rested?
Standing.
Slam a climax with Goblin Slayer Chaser.
His only out seems to have like double assist in that case.
Brainstorm and trigger an event.
Discard 4.
Okay. That's pretty high roll.
Is Mulligan away at 2-1? I think.
Dropping 3.
It's possible to keep it actually. Yeah. Since he's not looking for a level 1 combo that badly in this matchup, right? What do you think? Really?
I think keeping it was fine, but maybe he was like scared of not having his actual good zeros for this matchup again.
Yeah, I think getting your good level 0s out is also a very big thing for this matchup. Or else you'll just get walled by a Goblin Slayer. Yeah, that's not a good level 0.
So he's stuck with the Riki, yeah.
Turn 1 Riki. All it
Sure.
Direct. Gate.
Okay.
Ah, he did get a plus out of the Riki.
So yeah.
Like the 1-0 Futaba against the 1 Centaur.
Yeah, so I figured he'd either take the 1-0 or the 2-1.
Clock that. Let's draw
2-1 was also good again, but I guess there's a big enough window to grab it later on. Especially since he also has the 1-0 that can salvage.
Runner number 1.
I don't know how regularly it salvages, but apparently very regularly. And there's a chaser, yeah. So that's kind of scary. A chase and a runner.
Yeah, it's not much of much. Front.
There's climax.
All right, fine.
And he manages to grab 4. Wait, why is he considering? Is there any reason to not grab it?
I don't think there is a reason to not grab it here.
No, I won't.
No?
I think he just takes it, right?
Yeah. I'm actually confused
And
now.
then
I mean,
with, 3.
his hand might be clogged with climaxes since he clocked. The card in clock is the Priestess climax, right?
Yep. All yours.
Does he have that few discard outlets? He has a resale on reverse. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have many discard outlets, so
I think
That
the lack of
could be
discard
reason.
outlets was a common theme for Goblin Slayer, right?
yeah. I noticed it with 8-shot at least, but wasn't sure about this one. There's the Cowgirl drop salvage.
But he only runs that as a one-off, I think.
Okay, what is this card?
The character, so I did 2 and then ditch 1.
So this is a subtract filter and mill 2.
Ditch 1.
If there's a climax, plus 3k on itself.
What was it again, sorry?
I added the 0-0 Futaba.
Oh, that one. Yeah, okay.
0-0 Futaba.
Okay.
So
And ditched the level 3.
Okay, thank you.
doesn't get strong enough to contest the chaser. He did get the Futa buffer in middle. Does he have another level, another 4k from the side? Nope. There's a Salva tricky. Should have top or bottom first. Oh no, it's top away ring.
Yep.
Okay, so that's his other out, right? Or was that the brainstorm?
And unplayed top check.
Didn't see the card.
It looked like it was the level 0 Nana that has double trigger and gains power in his turn.
That would be a great out in this case.
But it could have also been the brainstorm since they kind of look alike in this blurry screen.
He puts another 2-1 in grave. He doesn't
Yeah,
want to trigger it, of course.
yeah, it was the
there's
Nana.
So move it to back row, gets a foot about, and then reposition to kill the chaser.
The chaser can still escape here, right?
Right. Since he can run first and then chase to the other lane.
Yep. Free runner, 15, and then
Yeah.
3k run.
That's too bad, I guess.
Okay.
Which case you might put the Claudine on front row since it's less useful. Something you would want to have die earlier. Oh,
Nice. Okay.
but he doesn't contest the other runner in this case. Yeah, I guess you have to choose, right? Depending on his hand size, which seems pretty healthy, you might or might not want to try field here. But on the other hand, I think Matthew can't get rid of the 4k at the moment, so maybe prolonging the level 0 game is a good thing for Adrian. Yeah.
Okay, so he opts to try field still.
You can still opt to not attack with the current
Cancelled?
either,
Oh,
but
wow.
I guess there's no reason for that anywhere.
Front for 1.
That's the front.
One's on.
Best case, Matthew gets to 05.
Direct. I don't twin drive.
Doesn't double trigger. Does get a salvage. Which means he could already start prepping a 2-1 or maybe a 1-0 to get rid of Goblin Slayers on level 1.
I pick a brainstorm.
Yep.
Gets a brainstorm.
For
Yeah.
2.
Also still needs to set that up.
2's on.
And Matthew is up to
Stand.
05? Seems like 05.
thought it would be 04, but
2 more.
maybe 04. Maybe 05 now.
So your 4k
He
in
did
the middle
clock a
and
door
1k
though,
on the side?
so that kind of confirms the theory of him having a lot of climaxes in hand, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But
Yeah.
it still seems pretty rough to miss out on that plus.
And also, I wonder if Goblin Slayer has a way to pay out the bottom stocked climax. No, he doesn't.
1.
1. Cancel.
Wow, okay.
Cancels it as well.
Yep. All
So
yours.
Stand. Draw.
staying on 0 is pretty good for Adrian. since his game plan doesn't really change much from 0 to 1.
It's just slamming beaters and dealing soul damage, right?
No
So
block.
we'll definitely
Wow.
brainstorm during this.
He opted not to clock.
No clock.
Anti-bomb to center.
That's questionable, but okay.
Current
Seems like his hand size might be very healthy at the moment anyway. Although, after try-fielding,
three,
not sure about that.
4. Salvage 1.
Also, it's one with the brainstorm.
It's once he gets the Nana back, can contest the Goblin Slayer.
Can, yeah.
Assuming he takes it though. He might also just prep something else.
Yeah, I wonder. Because it's not so straightforward for what his level 1 game is, right? He could already have Door. That's the Nana, I think.
Yeah, he
The
took
Nana.
back the Nana.
So he will contest the Goblin Slayer Chaser again. And
Oh
he's
wow,
going
this
with
is a
Dino.
lot better.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, the webcam resolution didn't improve, but it's a little bit better, maybe.
Yeah, no, just seeing the colors makes it a bit more, a bit easier to discern what card is what.
But if he front rows the Claudine, he won't be able to contest Goblin Slayer on each lane.
Oh wow, okay, so he just wants to push.
Trifield, Climax, Spam.
Wow.
And that's a very strong play because Matthew is out a lot according to what we've seen. So yeah,
Direct.
time to eat 4.
2, 3, 4. 4.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Getting some good cards into clock there again.
7. I'll have a red card, thanks.
Yeah, so this also doesn't look good for Matthew unless... What if Matthew just gets the early place Priestess next turn?
2's on.
I think that would still be bad, right? Although he can field the Priestess and then they like a couple of mono Goblin Slayers and Adrian wouldn't be able to out it. Except with Bounce Trigger.
4.
Another hit for 4.
But there goes his anti-change counter though.
3. Yep, 4's on.
Yeah.
1,
I mean, he's 0. I don't think the anti-change comes into play anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true. But he would need to pay it out later.
2, 2.
But yeah. 2-1 against 05.
I think I'll have the yellow while I can, thanks.
Matthew will need to push a bit of damage now.
Yep, mine.
And he has all of the colors.
Cool. Stands. Draw.
So I wonder if we will see early play coming in here. Early play would mean that he pays out his bottom climax, so his bottom stock climax.
I mean, he can only pay for 1 Priestess unless he does some stock cheating.
Yeah.
But setting up a Priestess board here is perfect, right? Since he doesn't have to worry about any out for
and it's
at least
also,
like a whole level.
And it's also like we know that he has a lot of climaxes in hand, so he would be able to discard a couple of them by doing so.
Right.
So perhaps we'll actually see him clock the early play condition if he has it. And if he doesn't, that's kind of, yeah, there's early play condition.
Draw 2.
Okay. So will he play the early play here? Still considering.
There we go.
That's Priestess that he's putting on top.
You might hand fix to it, huh?
Your job climax. Yep, on play. Drop one of the 6 climaxes I've drawn. Let's grab one of these.
That's an assist and is going for
play her.
Going for a 6-stop play.
1, 2. Let's make sure I'm counting properly. 3, 4. Draw 2. Draw 2. 3 hanks.
This is probably the strongest play you can make if he has double Priestess.
Yeah, definitely.
Draw 2. 1, 2, 3.
He might
2 more top.
be going short on hand.
Ooh, playable character. Yes, please.
Playable character. Wait. Does he not have playable characters?
That seems worrying.
Early play condition.
Oh,
Okay.
he does have the
Draw
Priestess.
2. Drop one of the other of the 6 climaxes I've drawn this game. Early play
And
condition.
Matthew confirming.
Let's play that one out. Draw
And pay the
2.
climax out. 2-2. Didn't discard one yet, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 cards in hand, which is fine. Let's play her on
I
the
don't
back
think
row.
he-
Everyone gets 1,000
He
during
didn't
your
discard
turn.
anything, I think.
I'm not
Or
sure.
play climax, give 2,000.
Maybe chat
Sorry.
got it.
Did you discard a card for your Priestess? Draw to ditch one.
Oh, did I not?
I think you didn't, but
Oh, sorry. In which case,
sorry.
no. If I didn't, thanks for spotting. What was I doing next? You're fine. Let's move you there for no apparent reason. You have to front attack, but I don't really care. I'm just going to slam a climax and cry.
It doesn't really matter for him
That
anyway.
upside down.
Oh,
Start of the climax phase. Use the alarm effects. Look at the top 2.
hey, yeah, those can't be climaxes at
Good to
least.
know.
Not both of them at
It's
least.
not like there's 1, 2, 3.
I hope not. That's like the only thing that could
Anyway,
mess with this for Matthew.
And Sim just
that
confirmed that
doesn't
he didn't
actually
discard for the second
especially matter.
draw to ditch one. So, good thing I jumped in, I guess.
Anyway, so let's flip that over.
Okay.
Front, the 3, it's a character. Surprise, surprise.
1, 2, 3.
The sarcasm.
Level
So,
red.
even though Matthew ate a lot and had a lot of climaxes in his hand,
Yep.
he looks to be in a very good position
Front,
here.
oh look, it's a character.
Yeah, I honestly
Always.
think
1.
he's in a better spot than he was last game.
Yeah, a lot better.
4.
4.
Yeah, I triggered.
And he's even pushing Adrian
Ooh,
to level 2 as well.
That's a surprise. And then direct for 3, please.
1,
Asking for 3
3.
and receiving it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ouch.
That'll do. All right.
Adrian's refreshing with his clock. And is also
Level
going to be playing his level 2 game now.
6.
But at least Adrian didn't skip much because his level 1
Right.
game isn't very spectacular or something anyway.
Go for it.
No, but
Draw.
I don't think he took the chance to prep the 2-1. So
Mark it
Yeah.
out.
seems like he has a very weak
7,
board going into the Priestess.
2, 3.
At least the 2-1 wouldn't be able to
What's missing?
side attack for much anyway.
No, but it's still a
Back
threat.
what's in there.
Yeah, it's a threat. And he really does need the threat now. So, I kind of didn't expect it, but
No, but
getting kicked to level 2 in
Cool.
in
Right.
first
Yep.
deck is the correct play against Revue, I guess. Very strong play.
I wonder how much impact Priestess is gonna have this game. He got it off relatively early, and I mean early in level 2 and not early in the game, since this is like turn 3, I think.
I wonder if Matthew prepped a second gate for the priestess.
1, 2, 3.
2, 1, 3.
2, 1, 3. Okay. Refresh.
That's a brainstorm. Yeah, doesn't look good for Adrian.
I mean, even with how bad it looks for Adrian, if he can hit like the stock margin he needs and
Yeah, that's true.
gets 2 Karukas off, it's still pretty grim.
And you can
But at least-
still get some damage in with the +1 soul in middle characters, right?
Yeah, if he slams the climax or triggers.
Yeah. It's not all that bad. Does he have a good out against these? He could early play. Then still not strong enough. Wind triggers. I found a play. Double wind trigger. That's gotta be the play, right?
Oh,
Oh, misplay.
Climax.
Didn't believe in his deck.
Teach one, salvage
Um,
one.
He can salvage his brainstorm back. Not sure if that's something you want here. Revue's mid lane. Probably at best he can play like the early play, which is 10k. And for the rest there's no power pumps, I think, so it would only reach 11k max.
yeah, and the priestesses are level 5.
11.5.
So I don't think he actually has reach.
Yep.
Yeah, Revue also just went from 05 to 2,
Brainstorm.
2, 2-1? 2-1. And refresh damage to 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, salvage 2.
It's a brainstorm. It's another wind.
I don't think that's what he wanted here.
His
Button
waiting room is looking pretty compressed now.
Am I surprised?
and
Yeah,
3 to
okay.
go.
He doesn't have the 2-1 yet, probably. So
Understandable.
he's probably just gonna slam some vanillas and try to deal soul damage or something, or generate stock at least for prepping his late game.
0, 0.
Yeah, that's a 2 soul beater.
And
What's following?
the 1, 0 combo.
Ah, okay.
The climax combo. But I doubt that he's gonna or pay one salvage one.
Gate.
He could go for the pay one salvage one, but I think he's mostly playing this for this one soul swing in the middle.
So
I mean, he already had the opportunity to take anything he wanted from his waiting room.
front
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
And I'm thinking this is just,
for
as
1.
you said, a way to swing damage.
One's on.
Okay, that reverses. And at least that 1-0 needs to be side attacked soon, right?
Front, I don't pay the combo.
Yeah,
He
okay.
doesn't combo. Yeah,
For 1.
Triggers.
One's
does
on.
manage to trigger.
Refresh. Is there
So-
anything you'd like to check?
But
How
Priestess
many,
has mitigated a little bit of
Musashi and
damage.
Three,
Not that
3,
much.
2 Goblin Slayer.
3-2
One
Goblin
over
Slayer
3-2.
there.
One Musashi.
And Musashi's in.
And you have 3 stock, right?
What, sorry?
You have 3 stock.
Correct.
How many of the
Yeah, so
7 to stock?
how bad would it be for Matthew to hit Adrian to level
Oh.
3 now?
Yes, I love that card so much. 1,
He's at 6 stock, right?
2.
And
will
he
be at
gains
7
one
stock.
more, so 7.
Which is slightly awkward threshold, since I think Revue wants to hit 8 stock or 9 stock, depending on whether they want to do triple
How many
Kairoko
climaxes
or
in your
double
waiting room?
Kairoko Futaba.
3.
Yeah, good to know.
Yellow
I
and,
guess
1 red.
there's also the option of single Kairoko, double Futaba or something like that,
Yeah, okay.
but
thank you.
that won't kill from... All of these
And
things
the
won't
character
kill
you get
from
to attack is going to be 7/5.
level 2, I think.
7, 5. Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah, and the
Matthew
other two
just
front attack.
pushes damage at this point, right? I don't think he really cares if
Cool, we've got the reverse.
Adrian gets to level 3.
Does he care about finding a second Priestess combo?
You mean a
the
turret?
second-
Oh, I mean a climax.
Yeah, the climax.
Okay, never mind. That's fine.
Because he'll probably get bounced next turn, right?
Yeah, so
Maybe not.
First pile.
depends on
Second pile.
if he has a
third
turret.
pile.
If he has a turret priestess,
2. That's the 3.
it might actually
that's
be worth
1.
going
Yep,
for
refresh damage. Yep.
another combo, since it doesn't seem like
Front, 7, 5.
Adrian had a lot of time to prep the
Gate.
Kairoko.
That's prep.
But he doesn't have it,
Like,
right?
No, he did salvage one before, I think. So
Yep. And that's for 0.
that's a healer, I think.
And I get reversed.
And that also
That's-
gets soul.
And I have 7 cards in hand.
Cool. Thanks.
But I doubt
Yeah,
that
she's
the
gone as
pay
well.
one
You've got to
discard
attack
one
that
of
one.
this card is worth it.
Stands,
Often?
draw.
Probably sometimes.
Interesting. Clock.
My clocks.
Draw
Okay.
2 more.
Clocks
does-
to Rize.
That guarantees another combo, I guess.
There's 2 things
But
I want to do.
he
There's
needs to
definitely
remember
one to do them in
that,
torch.
Oh, there's a
1,
torch. He needs to
2,
remember that there's going to
Oh.
be
4. Well, that's pretty great.
interchange counter waiting for him.
I'll have the back row, thanks.
Yeah, but it's only one lane. He only
Yeah.
has to worry about that one lane. And he can side
put
into it.
You over there.
You can side into it easily,
You
yeah.
over there. Play a brainstormer. 1, 2,
Hitting even more.
3, 4. Hit 2.
Hitting 2 again.
Search
Wow.
2.
So
That's great.
he's that's out 4 at least. Didn't cancel
I'll
last
have
turn.
a Priestess, thanks. What else do I
Perhaps
have?
another priestess. Probably will overplay the cowgirl. Time another priestess. Try to go for triple priestess and hope they don't all get bounced, I guess.
I don't think they'll ever get bounced. All of them get bounced. Because if Adrian goes for a triple bounce, he doesn't actually have stock to do triple combo.
Yeah, exactly.
But having only one priestess on board still sucks.
I'll take a level 3 Goblin Slayer, thanks.
Yeah. So double bounce plus Futaba or something. Or wait, that won't reach. Double bounce. Adrian is at a pretty awkward stock threshold, so maybe it works out. Oh, he has double bounce and maybe the Nana healer that he just grabbed.
First pile, second pile.
But that doesn't leave enough stock for the
3, 2, 1.
for double combo either.
Oh, right, yeah.
3, 2,
Doesn't either.
1.
So at best he can do double Karaoko, which is kind of underwhelming, I think.
Play
Yeah.
another Priestess.
But still worth going for since
Draw 2. Drop
Matthew milled
1.
4 climaxes in this turn.
Yeah. So maybe Adrian will be able to finish with just,
Don't think she's going
I don't know, triple Karuko or double Karuko.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards.
Yeah,
in
double
hand.
Karuko and a vanilla or something.
I mean, double is still pretty scary against that many out.
That's 4 instances of cancel burn too.
Is that worth doing? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to level up, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, sounds pretty scary. But there is a global -1 soul,
4.
so his reach does decrease a little bit.
3 red, 1 blue.
Not so sure about this about the clock here. I feel like the difference between 2-5 and 2-6 is
Playing
pretty
with back
huge.
row. Playing with back row.
Ooh,
Slam
Wow.
torch. They're going to stock. Let's mill 4 first. 1,
Uh-oh.
2,
there.
3.
Oh,
Oh,
yikes!
my
oh
goodness.
no, not like this.
I think that was the last priestess gate.
Grim.
I think Matthew was going for another priestess to draw into the
Only
gate.
option, thanks. The rest of those can go in there. You can go over there. You can go over there.
And
Oh,
he
my
needs something to mill through his deck now.
This looks really rough.
Yeah. I mean, like, he was in a dominant position for a bit, but after this, I'm not sure about it anymore. Oh. I saw a cool play of what he can do now.
Pass turn.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play drop searcher. Pay 1. Drop 1.
I mean,
Search for.
if you leave this deck and
I had
you hit
to
into
brainstorm.
3, you're just
That'd be
straight up
helpful.
lost, right?
Yeah. I mean, he found a brainstorm now, so
2, 6.
he might be able to mill down to, I don't know, 1 or 2 cards left in deck. So there's some
First pile.
cancels.
Second pile. Third pile.
2, 1, 3.
If he manages to refresh, he doesn't have to worry about that one counter.
Brainstorm.
One counter.
2, 3,
The
4. Absolutely.
anti-change counter in Adrian's hand.
Oh, like that. Yeah, sure.
But I don't think that was the reason he milled this much.
So I wonder. Yeah. Climax phase, check
Start
top
climax
2.
phase. Look at top 2.
And then we'll see
Actually, I
if
could
he.
have done that. Missed my chance. Doesn't matter. Look at the top 2.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right.
And there's the
Climax
no
is in waiting
climax
room.
play.
4.
Yes, 4.
Oh, the temptation. Just go slap.
I think he might be considering a door.
Could be.
So I'm almost sure that he doesn't have a gate.
Direct.
Yeah.
Before.
Doesn't. And
1, 2,
yeah. So
3, 4.
he does eat the 4.
I think Adrian is just praying he doesn't die so he can win.
Yeah. I mean,
Direct
Adrian will be
for
going for double bounce
3.
anyway, right? So having the climax or not doesn't really matter that much. Maybe.
Cancel.
Okay.
Does cancel the 3, so he's not
the
in
wind.
lethal range. Yeah,
That's fine.
there's a wind.
Cancel with the wind though.
Um,
That means he's 3 wins
7
out.
cards in hand.
That's kind of tough.
Don't do that. Yeah.
I think without
Slide.
wind, Adrian
For
doesn't
2.
have the kill range.
1, 2.
Yeah, all yours.
How many cards do you have in your deck?
3 cards.
Yeah, okay.
Ouch.
7
3 cards left.
waiting room.
Correct.
I mean, he could still have a torch, but the bounces kind of deny that play.
I hope that he would keep the torch in hand though.
Alright. He would have played it for sure.
Ryan's asking if the EU cancel powers are negated when both players have them.
And 3
Correct.
Sadly, we know that all too well.
Offspring. There you go.
All of our games are basically clown games.
I mean, the UK is technically not EU anymore, right?
Yeah, that's true. They declined the cancel powers of EU.
I'm not clocking.
Okay, so decides not to clock, which would indicate that Adrian already has the bounce trigger in hand.
2.
Except he
Or-
plays the Futaba.
There's a Futaba, that means that he won't be able to go for a climax combo anymore, right?
No, you can still go for single.
Single Futaba, single Kaoruko sounds rather weak.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
an
like,
option.
yeah, like we noticed, I think he only actually ever grabbed one Kaoroko. And then we never saw him grab a level 3.
So we'll probably see if he plays a Kaoruko here. Otherwise, that will probably be the healer that he grabbed, right? Healer also gets an additional soul if he wants to, so there's some soul modulation in there.
We could possibly even see the brainstorm being pushed up.
2.
There's checked up X.
Check 4.
Yeah, I think the brainstorm needs to get pushed up because of the Futaba burn only activating with the Kaoruko in middle. And the brainstorm is a Kaoruko,
Oh,
I think.
H3.
Yep.
the brainstorm is a
What was the
Kaoruko.
middle of those 3 cards, sorry?
It's discard climax salvage.
Oh, he,
3-2 and 1-0 mail.
Declined
Oh, that thing.
the
Yeah,
3-2.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I think he's still missing his win.
he could have gotten it off of this one, right?
Yeah, he could have. But it didn't seem very convincing. So
Me-
basically just reverse the entire board, right? And try to kill with vanilla swings.
Try to heal.
There's a healer.
Okay.
And he's healing down to 3-1. Not sure if I would feel safe at 3-1 against the Goblin Slayer. Maybe.
I think
How many
he
climaxes in your
confirmed
waiting
that the trial deck Goblin Slayer was in waiting room.
room? What's missing? I assume one's
Okay.
yellow.
Just now.
I mean,
One red.
it's
and
one of the
one
things
yellow.
he's been asking every
Okay, thank you.
every so
refresh.
often.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But there's a bond to it, right? And brainstorms and such.
Okay, so he did push up the brainstorm. So
He did push up the brainstorm, so he's probably going for the burn 1. Or at least keeping the option open. He also has the Nana on front row that can modulate soul a little bit. So he's keeping a lot of options open, but not sure he would want
You
to.
are
the Nana actually has to use the
9K, yeah.
effect. Otherwise he can't kill the priestess.
Wait, can't he? The priestess
Wait.
is only
Oh no,
base,
that's not
right?
an assist. Yeah, okay, so they're base.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the
he
draft search.
actually.
To
So he's swinging with the futaba.
So when you attack our refresh, is there anything you'd like to check? Well, yeah, do you trigger first?
He actually still had a climax in
front
in deck there.
for 4.
Actually, that's a good point. How strong are you in the middle? 10-5.
He's 11 as well.
Are you back, Ian?
No.
They're both 10K.
Sorry, I have some camera problems with
Yeah.
Adrian's camera. Could you wait? I'll try to leave again and just wait for a moment, okay?
Okay.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, they're both gone.
There we go. Okay, much better. Thank you.
Adrian, is there anything you want to check before I refresh?
Okay, so what happened just now?
So Adrian swung for 4 on center, and it seemed like Matthew had a backup. I'm not
yeah,
sure if he
definitely.
played it, but he cancelled the swing for 4. So he still had a
Typhoon or Paper
climax
both
in
out.
deck.
Oh wow, he actually had a climax left.
Anything else?
Which was honestly surprising after
Zero.
seeing what he did last turn.
Yeah, right? Definitely seemed like he was all out.
Yeah, it's okay. 8 climaxes, right?
But
Correct.
now he's definitely refreshing with 8. So surviving in this turn doesn't seem that unlikely. Wait, why is the futaba reversed?
Oh yeah, so he did back her up then.
With a 1k backup?
I think the futaba swung before his screen froze, and
Yeah,
then
climax is in your waiting room now?
he was about to declare the second attack.
Yellow one's
But-
missing.
But the 1k backup shouldn't reach, right?
Yellow is missing, yes.
They're both 9k. Or no?
That's fine.
It's
One-
a 2K
11-5?
backup, right?
Right.
It's 11-5.
1,
No, it's 11.
2, 3. Well, first of all, let's
The
take
futaba is
the
just
damage.
11.
3 piles.
Yeah, but
3, 1, 2.
Priestess is
also
9.
is just 11, right?
3,
With the
1,
1k
2,
backup?
4 damage.
Yes.
What was the trigger? I lost that.
One.
Oh yeah,
But
okay.
I'm-
It was a double crash, yeah.
Oh, her again. Okay. So 2,
Yeah,
3,
okay, he fixed it.
4 damage is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Eats
6.
4.
Oh,
Second
so
refresh. I'll put blue card in.
he actually has lethal
Refresh
with the
damage.
futaba effect. Nana effect.
I get reversed.
Even without
Yep,
it though.
No, without it, he's at 3-4. Wow.
3, 4.
Okay.
Correct.
He does get the top check though.
For 3.
And fronts for 3.
Cool. Play a 2k backup because you're only 10-5, aren't you?
Another 2k backup.
Yeah, awesome. 3 damage. 1, 2. Yep, well done. Oh,
Wow.
That's the game.
seriously?
Whoa.
Ah,
3.
that's unfortunate. I think it was pretty likely to cancel there, but yeah, that happens.
Well, never mind then.
This game took a really bad turn.
Look
Like,
at that stack of
it
climax.
seemed as if it started out bad for Matthew, but as soon as he got
Absolutely
bored,
nothing.
he had a pretty good chance of
Good choices
recovering.
of piles.
But then
That's unfortunate.
he decided to
probably
mill
not
his whole
as well.
deck, and that kind of
That's
That
messed
kinda
up his
hurt him.
tempo.
Yeah. And he didn't manage to get a second
That's
Priestess combo, but it didn't matter
That
that
was
much, I think.
That was a pretty
But
strange game. Let's
he
be
was
fair.
digging hard for it, so
I get slapped to level 2, you get slapped to level 2, and then we're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Mill through
Yeah,
level
let's
5, okay.
both of us eating shit every turn, man.
let's move in for an interview, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So yeah, the last game didn't go very well on your side, I think, Matthew.
Oh yeah, I was 6 out first turn. Slapped to 2, slapped him to 2. I thought, yes, got a
Yeah.
chance.
I
Go
was
through the refresh. This is fine. One of these is gonna. Never mind.
I was surprised that you actually didn't salvage a door, and like the only reason we could think of was because you already had like 4 climaxes in hand or something.
Yep.
Oh, man.
literally because I had 4 in hands.
Yeah.
I
That's,
decided number 5 might have been slight overkill, and I wouldn't be able to get it back out.
However, once you did get the Priestess early play out, it actually felt like you were in a really good position, and even a better position than in game 1.
Yeah, I know. The shame was that everything I triggered was kept saying the hand was gates. If I had a second Priestess, I think I would have been in a slightly better place for that final turn.
Yeah, definitely. Although it's still
yeah.
scary against Revue Starlight with their bounces and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to judge for the first turn. Do I just run into the bounce and run into the 2-1 and give him it, or keep siding, going over it? This time around, I wasn't even concerned. I didn't have to worry.
Exactly. Must have been very scary in the first game as well to keep running into the 2-1s.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to hit level 2 first. I was hoping he'd cancel the final attack in that game. So I'm like, oh, right, this isn't going how I thought it would.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't think we have a lot of questions. Nando, do you remember anything? Wait. Nando's still there?
Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
I can at least.
Okay, so you also hung up on me.
So one of the questions we were wondering about is how you approach level 1 against Goblin Slayer with your lineup, since it seems like you barely contest the level 1 Goblin Slayer.
Well, the idea of the deck is, overall, I don't care that much of contesting level 1. I try to stabilize my deck state with the 1-0 Maelu, and just getting advantage damage-wise with Twin Drive and the 1 Soul to middle.
Yeah, okay. So pretty much what we saw in these games.
Yes.
Yeah, so like skipping your opponent's level 1 and your own level 1 is actually quite convenient for you, right?
Yes, but well, it isn't good, but it is fine.
Yeah.
I don't really need. I need my resources by level 3. My plan is to basically play the same game I was playing at 1.
Yeah. So yeah, good games, I think.
I was gonna say, are you sure?
Yeah. Anyway,
at least.
So Matthew, sadly, you're out of the tournament, and Adrian will be facing the winner of me versus Patrick in the next, or the loser of me versus Patrick in the next round. So Matthew, thank you for participating. I hope you enjoyed it at least.
Yeah, I enjoyed most of it. It was good enough fun. Thanks.
Okay, good. And yeah, any last words? Any shout-outs you want to make? Matthew?
No, nothing for me.
Adrian?
Nothing really. Thanks for the invitation. It's a lot of fun playing and watching the games. It's a lot of very interesting games.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the next round.
Yeah. So good luck in the next round. So I think later today there will still be a couple of games. For example, Kit versus Kun will probably be on Strictly Broken later today, and Mauricio versus Broderick will probably on Burn 1 later today, or tomorrow for Europeans. So look forward to that. And with that, we're signing out.
Oh, don't forget to thank your sponsors, Ian.
Oh shit. Thanks NovaTCG for the sponsorship. Always, whenever you buy Japanese cards, think of NovaTCG. And I guess we're out. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cool. Right. Thanks, and guys.